Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
We finally made it.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
Wow! Thank you. What? Great!
Yeah.
Wow!
I wish I could get an examination.
What? Oh, if you say so. Let me see, yes, you're in well, alright?
If only your brain could keep up with your mouth.
Ah, Calaglia. Feels like it's been ages.
And wasn't Zephyr with us too?
Dad.
Hey, chin up! This is your hometown.
Everyone around here looks so much happier than they used to.
I'll say. It feels like an entirely different place. I suppose it's had time to adjust to its newfound freedom.
Zephyr would have been so happy to see this.
Yeah, he really would have. Especially if he knew Law was... Law? Something bothering you, Law?
Nah, I'll be fine. It's just, you know.
It still weighs on you, doesn't it? Running away back then.
I abandoned my home. Then when I finally come back, it's been liberated. What's important is that it's free. I get that, I do. I just... I should have been here.
just one thing after another, and it all falls on my head to...
Hey, Nath.
What? Can't you see I'm... Alphen?
Looks like you have your hands full.
As much as ever. As if I wasn't busy enough putting down the last remnants of Renan rule, I'm up to my ears in Dahnan disputes. And then, to top it all off, that thing had to come crashing down from out of the sky.
Pretty sure we've heard this somewhere before.
But enough about my problems. What can I help you with?
Yeah, we're looking for an old Renan starship. You wouldn't happen to know any around these parts, would you?
A starship? What do you need one of those for?
To get to Lenegis.
Lenegis? Are you out of your damn mind?
Believe it or not, it wouldn't be the craziest thing we've done recently.
Oh, I believe it. Well, either way, I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about a starship.
Then do you have any historical records by chance?
Sure, we've got stacks of old records.
Mind if we take a look at them?
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Nath.
I read through all of the records, but I only found a single line that might point to what we're looking for. It mentions a rock that shot across the sky and landed past the mountains. The event was recorded just before the first Renan invasion.
And you think that might be the starship?
I don't know. There was nothing else in the records that came even close. It looked like it was someplace called Berg, but maybe I'm reading it wrong.
Berg?
That ring any bells for you?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest volcanoes in Calaglia. I was just there recently, investigating a report of a meteor someone saw.
Another meteor in the same area? Really?
I wonder if it could have been one of those lights that shot out of the wedge.
All the more reason to check it out. Can you tell us how to get there?
The old Zion mine is up that way. One of the veins we abandoned connects to the volcano. Go ahead and use that. But you should be careful.
Huh?
I don't know if it has anything to do with the meteor, but there's a giant Zoogle running riot in there. Never seen anything like it.
A Zoogle, huh?
Well, I turned back as soon as I caught sight of the thing, so I can't tell you much more. Just be real careful if you head out that way. All right.
I guess...
Right.
I didn't like the sound of that monster Nath was talking about one bit.
Well, we have to press on. We're going through Zion Mine to Berg Volcano. Let's move.
Everything okay with Hootle, Rinwell? He seems kinda out of spirits.
It must be the heat getting to him. We don't get these kind of temperatures back in Cyslodia.
Calaglians born and raised here struggle with it too, so it's no surprise.
Aha! So that's why his plumage is so white. He was born in a winter wonderland.
Actually, Dahnan owls absorb the astral energy of whatever land they're raised in. Where they're born doesn't affect their appearance at all. But that's not why he's white. The real reason is that he's still just a baby. Whoo!
You mean their plumage changes color depending on where they grow up? Weird.
And with all this traveling we've been doing, it wouldn't surprise me if his wings ended up looking like a colorful painting.
I think he suits his snowy complexion. It'll feel strange to see him change.
How awesome would it be if his head and wings were different colors? And his stomach and sides, like a map of our travels! Ow, lay off, will ya? So much for the heat making him docile!
You've only yourself to blame for that one. Hootle takes pride in his appearance, you know.
Fascinating. An appreciation of aesthetic beauty in an owlet so young.
Dohalim, I think you've drawn his attention. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
It's quite hot here. The climate feels different from Menancius.
It's gotten much cooler.
Gotta break through! Blast the front!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go. There.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
So we're back in the Zion Mine tunnels. Who would have thought we'd be going through this place again? This is where you and I first fought together.
And also the first time we touched, as I recall.
Wait, really?
Yes, really.
So this path is supposed to take us out to Berg Volcano?
We're not gonna see any lava burst out in front of us or anything, are we?
Don't get so paranoid you let a rock fall on your head, Law. So hot.
Well, yeah. We've reached the inner portion of Berg Volcano.
We need to find that starship. And fast.
Right, here goes!
Water! Hear my call!
No further!
Hurricane Glacier!
The flame inside is yours to be let free!
It's a duel of the odds.
Shield from calamity!
Barrier!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly. Leave the enemy's arts to me. Eat dirt!
No complaints here! Now you see what I can do! Falling storm! Here! Make it rain!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not by a long shot!
This one's mine!
I'll blind you with the dark!
Wasn't hard enough! Mega ray!
I'm ready! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! This should make for some good weapon crafting material. An opponent like this should be easy.
Charge like
that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop
All those rocks that
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
back from depth abyss!
Aim for the weak point.
Fearing Jet!
Resuscitation!
Back in their defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Here, let me help.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't. The enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon see about that.
Do it! To be let on guard!
Was a shot.
Lacerating Tempest!
There are
Time to let it rip! Now or never. Catapult! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll heal you all. Ready.
Switch to offense! Elusive deity! Can't get out of bed!
Tiger Blade.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay,
Far enough. I think we can get through this.
don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting off?
We did it!
This one's mine.
Make it rain. Eat dirt. Go for it.
Prepare to crumble.
Think we overdid it?
Stardust!
Not by a long shot.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Tempest!
Make it rain. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
I should be of some use to us now.
You weren't exactly dead weight before.
Except in regard to doing basic chores.
We got some good equipment!
I can't say its appearance is to my tastes, personally.
Huh.
Grant me the strength to march on!
Time to shut down. I never miss.
Okay, here I go! Plasma shot! Burn!
Take
cover
when it
calls up!
Here's a healer.
I'll smash you! No armor can stop
I'll
me!
stop it. Remind me to stay on your good side.
I can carve through armor! Searing gale!
I'm here. Coming through. Not in your dreams.
You must be tired of healing me. I'm merely doing what I can to help.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
How about this? Lunar corruption.
No further!
Thunder frozen.
Hammer! Opted for an intricately crafted weapon as usual.
It is beautiful in both function and form.
You're gonna hate when it gets scratched. You can make plants grow instantly? What if we use this for fruits and vegetables?
I'd rather not be our party's fertilizer. Thank you very much.
I won't forgive you!
Eat dirt!
Take this! Far enough! Cyan Instant!
Rising Phoenix!
I can carve through armor! Radiant Slash! Piercing Roll!
From Calamity!
Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
On your
Freeze going in!
You've got a knack for battle.
That's my
We're still playing on training.
That's what I like to hear. I got it.
Got what?
I can chop up vegetable scraps and use them in the seasonings.
Should've known that's what it was gonna be about.
I'll do my best! Where are you going? Going in! Hurricane Frost! Their hide is thick as armor! Hurricane Frost! Healing not on my watch! Beast of Frost! Do it!
Pick up flyer!
Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble.
Think we overdid it? Not by a long shot.
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest!
Do it! Meteor! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Shine! Radiant light!
This one's mine! Where are you going? Inferno!
Regenerate! This could be useful.
My face is starting to sting, and my throat feels super parched.
Here, have some water. Just make sure you don't drink too much.
Thanks.
You want some too, Xion? Oh, wait. I bet you're hungry more than anything, aren't you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
Guess I misread the landing. Discourteous, aren't you?
Burn in hell!
Falling denied! Hurricane
Rising Phoenix!
Water! The bigger they are, the harder they fall! Armor won't save you! Go for the weak point! Don't mind if I do!
Begin!
Take your break!
Fluidity is removed.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Spear! Pierce evil! Feeling Hurricane It cools up. Time to get out of the way. It's go time! This one's mine. Here's a healing art. Blood!
Come and face me! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Do it! Go, Halim!
All yours, Kisara.
We did it!
Magnificently done.
Hurricane Going in! Not on my watch! Ready to go! Far enough!
Now I can let loose! Plasma shock!
Take this!
Blazing storm!
Searing!
I'll smash you! Negative gate! Time
Plasma shock!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Here I go!
Make the official
You're
seat
mine!
going in the pack!
Rising
it!
Phoenix!
Astral energy! Full throttle!
Lady Fortune must truly be watching over me.
Do my best!
Be let free!
Switch target!
Where are you going? You have to aim for the bright area on their back.
Take this!
Ready! Go for the weak point! Confiscated!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble! You wanna
Bring you
play?
back from
Then
death to
come
death.
at me! Piercing
Here, let me help.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molitor!
Plasma shock!
Going in. Cyan instant!
Leave the charge to the
Searing
ring!
gale!
Far enough!
Plasma shock!
Hear me, primed and
Smite
ready.
with blackened
This
blade!
one's mine.
Searing gale! Plasma shock! Searing gale! This one's all mine!
Beast assault!
Ignite!
So thy mystic
Plasma
mercy!
shock!
Fairy circle!
Is that a healing art? It is. I can't ignore your pain. I'll try to be more careful.
No further!
Blizzard bloom. Hold on to your arms. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There.
My turn!
One more.
Can you take it?
The Rising Phoenix!
A hard-won victory. I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Grant me the strength to march on!
Hear my call. Your dreams.
Oh, two giant
Here,
won't
let me
save
help.
you.
Flame of
Plasma
fury.
shock!
Glacial spear.
One
Here
shot.
you win.
It's on! Searing gale! Plasma shock!
Radiant light! Force of
It's in the sky.
regeneration!
It's mine.
Rising
Regenerate!
Phoenix!
Flame.
Don't
Ready
suffer
to
in
go.
silence!
Radiant touch.
Denied!
Now I can let loose.
This one's mine.
I'll smash you!
Do it.
Plasma shock!
Go for it.
Prepare to crumble!
Together, that wasn't even a problem.
Let's dispose of the trash.
This one's all mine!
Lionheart!
Hurricane strike. Lunar corruption. Don't mind if I do. Lift off. Lunar blast.
Take this!
Here, let
In
me
a
help.
bind?
Plasma shock!
Make it rain!
First aid. Frozen.
Have Hammer! Here I go!
Hold on to your art. Here I come!
Make it rain!
Sweet dreams!
Going in! Hurricane strike! I can carve through armor! Bloody
Searing Gale!
You want me?
Plasma Shock!
Lunar
Searing Gale!
Gemini
Plasma Shock!
This one's mine!
Do it!
Bridwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Hold on to your art. Here I come!
Inferno Prophet!
Searing Gale!
Far enough!
Plasma Shock!
This one's mine!
Not compete!
Do it!
Searing Gale!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Callous. Calcified. Calaglia.
What kind of poem is that?
A sparse one.
Right, here goes! Plasma Shock! Not today!
Inferno Prophet!
Rising Phoenix!
I can carve through armor!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Searing
This
Gale!
one's mine! Let's keep up the pressure!
Art steel!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
My fists are crushing it out there!
What's this thing?
Retreat if you know what's good for you. In a vine?
Hurricane Foot!
Take
this!
Plasma Shock!
Let's see what I can do!
Searing Gale! Plasma
Get
Shock!
behind me!
This one's all mine!
Hurricane Foot!
Plasma Shock!
Blizzard Blow!
my weary companion.
Searing Gale! I owe you one!
Hear my call! Spread!
Searing Gale!
Get by me!
You're mine!
Hold on to your art. Here I come!
Far enough!
Stardust!
Hurricane Foot!
Rising Phoenix!
Not on my watch! Searing Flame! Reload! Hurricane Foot!
Searing Gale!
Blizzard Blow!
Plasma Shock!
This one's mine! Flaming Meteor!
Searing Gale!
Hear me!
I thought you more defensively minded.
Defense via threat elimination.
So the best defense is a good offense.
I can carve through armor! Beast Assault! Cyan Instant!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclops!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Rising Phoenix!
Trace!
Plasma Shock!
Blizzard Bloom!
Here goes!
Take this! Fury! I can make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
the strength to march on!
Lunar
Corruption!
Easter!
Hurricane Strike! Burn up!
Plasma shock!
Not on my watch! One of calamity! Without a trace! Do it! Tiger Blade! Ringwell! Frozen! Hammer! By the power of
Marker!
this one's mine! Rending you apart!
Rising Phoenix!
Where are you going? Here!
Plasma shock!
I'll heal you
Make it
all.
rain! Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more!
Here's a healing art!
It's on!
First aid!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hurricane
Plasma
Strike!
shock!
Going in! Art seal!
Seismic rupture!
Don't mind if I do!
I'm ready! Go!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Like we're gonna lose to small fry.
No choice!
Grant me the
Plasma
strength to
shock!
march on! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Soda!
Blaze up higher! Tiger Blade!
Rising Phoenix!
Annihilation!
No further! Plasma shock!
Here goes!
The flame inside me!
For the weak point! Here!
Soda!
Beast assault!
Negative Rising Phoenix!
Shattering the pieces!
They smite with
blackened blade! Healing circle!
I owe you one!
Naked blade! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Lunar Prism Mark! You shy to come over? Here! Born up!
I'm ready!
Lazara! Go for it! Prepare to crumble! Think we overdid it? Not by a long shot! Don't mind if I do! Too shy to come over? I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malika!
Step back. This one's all law.
Crazy to see rocks melt before our eyes.
Watch where you're going, everyone. If you fall, there will be nothing left of you.
Exactly. So don't try anything funny. Especially you, Law. No pushing anyone, not even as a joke.
I'm not a little kid!
I didn't know you had that sort of trick up your sleeve, Dohalim. I would have figured rocks and plants would be too different for you to handle both.
Not necessarily. Both of them contain...
Burn in hell!
Annihilation!
I can carve through armor!
Glacial spear!
Plasma
Shield from calamity.
Right here! Freeze laser!
Searing gale! Plasma shock!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Now I can let loose.
Hurricane strike!
Searing gale!
Laser blow! I'll heal you
Plasma
all!
shock!
Everlasting shot.
Healing
Now
circle!
see what I can do.
Eagle ray! Arnex, coming through!
Just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner said than done.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Inferno
Not today!
crossing! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Rising Phoenix!
This one's mine! Going in!
Plasma shock!
Born up!
Plasma shock!
What a big wait! This one's pieces!
Attack time! We did it!
Piercing roll! Make it ready!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
With your flames and my technique,
We're stronger together than we are apart.
coming through.
Slap piston!
Lionheart! Okay.
They're coming through!
Slap piston!
Will this help?
Ignite!
From calamity.
Hurricane
Stardust!
Healing
This
Storm!
one's
Now,
mine!
exploit the enemy's weakness.
Appreciate the help.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll be there. No further!
No more playing nice!
Stealing Gale!
Raging Lunar Storm!
This one's mine!
Stealing Gale!
Elusive Deity!
Soaring!
Turn the tables on him.
There's still more left!
Right. No time to hope.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
I'm ready.
Resonate with the era!
Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Ice tornado!
Stealing Gale!
Do it!
Rending you apart!
This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes!
Hey! Poodle's quivering! I think we're about to be real lucky!
Seriously? Is this a joke?
Sealed! Hurry!
Stardust!
Reload!
Another incantation ruined.
Piston!
Now I can let loose.
Go for the weak point!
Slap piston!
Lunar Arc!
No further!
Lion Power!
Igneous discharge!
Back into the fray!
Stealing Gale!
Shield from calamity!
By the power of the Frost and Ready! I never miss! By the power of the flames! Finish with
Can't
that
move!
tray!
Come on!
You have to hold on!
Switch broken!
It's go time!
From beyond!
Armor won't
Imbue this
save you!
banquet
Freezing
with
storm!
life.
Here goes! Ice tornado! Hurricane blast!
Not done yet!
Do it! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! A merry distraction!
There's still more to go!
Rising
Denied!
Catapult!
Piston! Burn!
I'm ready!
Let me help!
Kisara!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
They've really got us on the ropes.
Don't forget to heal your wounds.
What the hell is that thing?
Probably that monster Nath warned us about, if I had to guess.
Do you think this might have been where one of those lights that shot out of the wedge landed?
But why this location? If the purpose of the wedge is to harvest Dana's astral energy.
We can figure that out later. If that thing gets into town, it's going to cause chaos. We need to take it down and move on. Let's go! This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Here it comes! Focus!
On your toes, everyone!
Suddenly turning tail doesn't seem so ridiculous.
Why? Are you scared?
Me? Are you?
Do you even have to ask? Of course I'm scared!
Focus up before we become that thing's lunch.
It's summoning Zoogle?
Take care of them while keeping an eye on it.
Not in your dreams!
All right. Now where will I? Now you see what I can do.
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
You picked the wrong fight!
Seismic rupture.
Here goes! Annihilation! Not on my watch!
Here, let me help!
Armor won't save you.
Flaming meteor!
Where are you going?
Inferno crossing!
Shock!
Here's a healing art!
Eat dirt!
Take this.
Aw, too shy to come
Choice
over!
like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Great.
Begin. Seismic rupture.
Switch to offense!
Confiscated!
Beast assault! How do you like being pounded into
Now I
shape?
can let loose.
Rise and ring!
Searing gale!
It's weakened.
This ends now!
Lunar Orbit! Radiant flood! Here!
Grind you into
Searing gale! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah!
My turn!
Nice technique!
Ignite!
I owe you
It's taking too much damage! Confiscate!
I can handle it!
I'll heal you all!
in a bind.
Searing gale!
This one's mine!
A thrilling performance like you came to my
Give a
rescue again.
heartbeat!
You need to be careful. With the blazing sword and with my thorns.
Shia.
Force shield! Not on my watch! Here's a healing art! First aid! Hurricane foot! Here I go! Ready and ready! Blizzard blow!
I can carve through armor.
Flaming meteor!
Inferno cluster! Go in! Hold on to your art! Here I come!
Ignite!
Use its weak point to take it down.
All together, everyone!
Where are you going?
Shattering pieces. Raging Luna sword. Now you see what I can do.
Searing gale!
Healing circle!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone! Here come more!
You'll just have to keep fighting.
Far enough!
Leave the enemy's art to me!
You're off!
No complaints here. Bestowed on
Eat dirt!
Confiscated!
I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Radiant pierce!
Plasma shock! Searing gale! Plasma shock!
Primed and ready!
Searing gale!
My reach is even wider.
Where are you going?
I can't lay a finger on you!
I prefer it that way.
Armor won't
What
save
about
you.
you?
Just
Where
watch
are
and
you
see.
going?
I'm ready. Hey! Blow them away.
Here's a healing art!
This one's all mine!
First aid!
Ignite!
Take this.
Now I can let loose!
Switch throw! Do it!
Rising Phoenix!
I'll grind you into dust.
Confiscated!
Captivity. Catapult. I'm ready.
Astral energy!
Say no more!
the healing art! First aid!
And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line.
No sooner. Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem.
Not far enough!
Art expert coming through!
Fearing gale! Now I can leverage Ancient Ruin.
Thank you for that.
Let's
get back into it. Igneous discharge! Anything normal is all this way!
It's too much!
Water snake quake! You've got pretty impressive aim there.
Thought of taking up the rifle yourself?
Nah, this is more my style.
To stop you dying?
Switch off!
No more playing nice! Here,
Time to shine!
In a bind?
I'll heal you all! Not in your dreams! Eat dirt!
Water snake quake!
I'll bring you back from death to...
Your blade! Lion Power!
I never miss!
No rest for the wicked.
Denied!
I'll bring you back
My
from
reach
death
is even wider.
Will this help?
Falling storm!
Here goes!
Some punishment?
I'll heal you all!
Do it! Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Think we overdid it?
Not but... A long shot. Dazzling spin!
Fearing gale!
Ready and where?
Bestow thy mystic mercy.
Radiant light! Here! Primed and red!
Very certain.
Sorry. I didn't want to make you laugh. You're right. I'll bear that in mind.
Trigger blade! My head is getting just one.
Art expert coming through!
Take this. Shattering the pieces.
Attack
Not on
Where was I?
Radiant here!
Thanks, Shion.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. You're there. No! Can't end here!
Couldn't make it in time. From beyond, imbue this Can't get out of this!
Not done yet!
Hurricane
Let's be carried away!
Blizzard
Demon Land! Fearing
It's in the
gale!
sky, it's mine!
Eagle Blazing meteor! Inferno crossing!
Wide open!
It won't escape me!
Feel the flame inside me!
Yearns to be let free!
Crescent moon!
Radiant light!
Hurricane
I'm
strike!
ready! Get still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Benediction light. Heal!
Plasma shock! Eat dirt!
Take
Missile!
Plasma shock!
Now you see what I can do!
Art expert coming through!
I'm ready!
Shion!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone!
Take this!
Everyone all right?
We won't surrender. We won't retreat. Not yet.
Whatever you do, just please stay safe.
Benediction light.
I can't
How are we
lose.
supposed to take? On something so big!
I'll handle it. Just watch and learn. That's enough! Go back down! Everyone okay?
Yeah, I think so.
That thing scared the pants off me.
It felt like it had a different aura than other Zeugles, didn't it?
Yeah. It wasn't like the one that Almadria sicked on us either.
Its elemental astral energy variance was out of this world. It was like fighting a lord.
I guess it's safe to assume that if it came out of the wedge, it must have played some part in helping harvest astral energy. But what?
Perhaps a living spirit vessel? It's plausible, given the location. Or it may be part of a new force dispatched to regain control of Dana.
If we assume that monster was one of the 4 beams of light, we must have prevented something from taking place here.
I'd like to think so, knowing how much grief it gave us. But at least with that out of the way, we can keep moving forward now. Let's go. I still got a ways to go!
Hey, is that it over there? I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
You... You can never be too prepared. But did we have to... spend so much?
Whoa. This is amazing.
You always get excited when you find something good.
We should hurry and get this stuff processed. Hey, that looks pretty good. Alphen?
Did you remember something?
No, but I have seen this starship before. This is it. This is the ship I traveled in when I escaped from Lenegis.
Three centuries later, and it's no worse for wear. I'll take a look at the internals.
Damn! I'm amazed it still works at all after all this time.
The past meets the present. I really am from a different time and place.
Yeah, but you've got us now, Alphen.
Not only that, but you've helped out so many people, too.
Law's right. Rinwell too. You're one of us now. No more carrying the weight of history on your shoulders. You're a part of this world.
Right. Thanks, you guys.
How's it look?
It should fly. All internal systems seem to be operating. However, considering how long it's remained inactive, I suspect it will take some time before it's ready for takeoff.
How much time are we talking here?
Starship mechanics are not what I'd call my forte, so I'd rather not hazard a guess.
So we've just got to sit around here and wait? I'm terrible at waiting.
That's because you're a child. Oh, but how about we use this time to prepare and gather supplies for the trip?
Good idea. Who knows when we'll be back from Lenegis once we leave? We should prepare ourselves for every possible scenario before we go.
Let's try not to stay away too long. I'd hate for anything to happen to the place while we're gone.
Either we race ahead, or we take due precaution to ensure we have no regrets. I shall leave it up to you as to how we proceed, Alphen.
Works for me.
It's funny, isn't it?
What is?
All this. When we first started this thing, did you ever imagine we'd be going to Lenegis? After all, this is the sort of thing I was rebelling against when I ran away from home, right?
I'm sure Zephyr would be proud if he knew what his son was doing right now.
And a little shocked, too.
We're defying the order of things that have persisted for 300 years. Deep down, I knew our journey would lead to confronting Lenegis.
Yeah, you maybe, but you're a Renan. The rest of us can barely even picture what it means to leave Dana.
No offense to Shion and Dohalim, but it's worth remembering we're heading into enemy territory.
No offense taken, and this is no picnic for me either.
Remember, our aim is to ensure that both Lenegis and the Renan homeworld leave Dana alone for good. I don't think we'll be able to avoid a fight.
Is there no way we can talk them into leaving us alone?
The people of Lenegis?
Sure. I mean, we found a way to make it work with Shion and Dohalim, right? And it's not just us. If places like Menancia can do it, then why can't we?
Because there are still many of my kind who believe it was right and natural that Rena reigns over Dana. There are those on Lenegis who have never stepped foot on Dana. I doubt whether they'd even listen to Danans.
Look, none of us want to fight. But these are the same people who fired that wedge down on Dana. What happens next is on them.
Right. We're not going to sit back and wait for them to oppress us again.
Right.
Don't forget, there's also a good chance the Red Woman is somewhere on Lenegis. And wherever she is, we should find the Renaissance too.
That's right. If we can take it back, then Shion can finally get rid of her thorns. Shion?
Huh? Yeah.
Where? Shion? Where'd Shion go? How could she just go off on her own? She's not over there. Where did she run off to? Shion. Shion. Shion! It's your thorns? But why? You okay? Just now, it looked like you used your maiden powers to suppress your thorns. You can really do that?
Stay out of my way.
Wait a second. Are you planning to go alone?
Shut up!
Why would you do this?
I told you to shut up!
I won't let you.
I mean it.
I refuse to let you.
I won't tell you again. Move or I'll shoot.
If that's the case, then go ahead and shoot me!
Do you remember back when I was stabbed? By Volron?
Yeah. I thought for sure that he had killed you back there.
That wasn't the first time.
Huh?
The first time was when I was only a child. After that, no matter how often, I just couldn't die.
Couldn't die? So you're immortal? How's that even...
I believe you, Shionne. But tell me how is something like that possible?
My thorns. They're me, but at the same time not. They're part of me. I have no idea why, but my thorns will never let me die. At least not before I'm meant to.
You can't die before your death?
When my thorns free themselves, it will be my death. I've seen it. A darkness that swallows up everything until nothing remains. It's a vision of oblivion I can't escape. I want to believe it's all just a bad dream. But no matter what I tell myself, I know it's not.
Yeah, but you... Wait. The whole reason you needed the Renaissance was to get rid of your thorns, right?
If I burn away what's inside, then what will happen to the rest of me? Right. Either way you look at it, I'm going to die. But if I am going to die, I figure I can at least take my thorns out with me. That's what I've been after this whole time.
That's why you turned your back on your fellow Renans and chose to fight with us, isn't it? And while we've all been fighting to keep on living, you have been with us fighting desperately to die.
That was the plan. But then I met all of you. And before I knew it, I didn't want to die anymore.
Shionne, don't lose hope yet. We'll find a way to save you. There's still time to.
It's pointless.
Why?
Because the darkness won't just consume me. The truth is, it will consume all of existence as well. It was only a suspicion at first, but ever since the Red Woman triggered my maiden powers, I've been more certain than ever before. It was then that I finally came to realize my powers were holding my thorns in check the entire time. But they don't anymore. Not since Lenegis, when the wedge fell. Every day, I feel the thorn's power growing stronger inside of me. Pretty soon, I won't be able to hold them back anymore. And when that happens,
they will consume all existence.
that's why you wanted to leave by yourself. You planned to find the Renis Alma on your own and sacrifice yourself to stop the Thorns.
But that's... too much. It's way too much. When this all began, I didn't care what happened to me or anyone else. And what happened to the Renans or the Dahnans didn't matter to me at all. I know I have to die, but I don't want to. Not now that I have this. I wish we had never met. Then I wouldn't have to feel this way.
Shionne!
Alvin?
Living for the sake of dying is no better than being a slave. How can you endure this?
Alvin.
It's not fair. I don't care what anybody says. I won't let it happen. We can fight this. Fight until the end together. Isn't that what you said to me before?
Even if it should mean that it'll be the end of everything else, too?
Shionne, what do you want? It's your decision, ultimately. But if you decide not to fight fate, I will. Even if I have to do it alone.
No, you won't be alone. I'll fight as well.
Count me in as well. I want to be a force for good, not hate.
And me too. I meant it with all of my heart when I told you before. Neither of you are alone in this at all.
You guys...
And I, for one, don't believe this venture is without hope.
Huh?
Shionne is the descendant of a maiden from 300 years ago. Given the circumstances, it seems very likely that those events have some connection to her thorns. The true nature of which, I imagine we will discover as we make our way to Lenegis and uncover the truth of what's unfolding here.
I take it you mean we might find a way to get rid of her thorns and she'll live?
It's certainly possible. Though I suspect the nature of the Sovereign is connected somehow.
So be it. I've already lost everything I had once. And I won't let it happen again. Shionne. No matter what happens from now on, we're right here with you. All of us are. You are not alone.
You guys... you're all so stubborn. Thank you, everyone. For right now, and a little while longer, I just want to hold on to this dream. And most of all, more than anything else, I want to be with all of you. So let's go. On to Lenegis.
The end of the world. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
I believe Shionne is telling the truth. What about you?
As a friend, yes, I want to believe her. Everything that's happened seems to point towards some sort of great danger that's lurking ahead of us. Still, it's hard to fathom something that could usher outright doom to the world. That those really are the stakes we face.
No, I understand. Even Shion doesn't seem to know exactly what will happen to bring it all about.
We have so many pieces of the puzzle in our hands, so many clues, yet the complete picture eludes us.
So where do her thorns fit in then?
Well, I imagine they must sit at the very center of it all. You remember the voice we all heard while we were inside the wedge, don't you?
Yeah, I remember. It was the will of Dana's astral energy come to life. Or that's what we all thought.
Right. And from that, we're able to hypothesize how vast concentrations of astral energy can become sentient. Let's return to when we found Shion in Pelegion. When her thorns went wild, they contained far more astral energy than any mere Renin would normally have inside them.
So you think those thorns might be alive too? Their will is what keeps her from dying? But why would they want to destroy the entire world?
As for that, I really cannot say for certain. Its goals still remain a mystery. It may be a mere fluke that her maiden powers have been able to contain it thus far.
You know, I've noticed since we've met that you like figuring out riddles.
Can you blame me? When one realizes that the world they once thought to be true is but a mere facade, they can't help but seek the truth. Especially when that deception has led to others getting hurt.
Dohalim?
I imagine the remaining pieces of the puzzle that we seek rest somewhere within Lenegis. As for what the final picture will look like, who can say? I think it's best we not dwell on it too much for the time being.
Right.
How you holding up?
Who, me?
Yes, you. You took a hit from those thorns again, didn't you?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Compared to what Shion's going through, you mean? Still, even if you yourself might be willing to endure that kind of pain, that doesn't mean Shion wants to have to see you get hurt by her thorns, you know?
Yeah, I know. I'll be careful.
Shion doesn't know how lucky she is to have you around, you know? Dashing in to save her at the last minute.
Yeah, very funny.
I'm being serious. You went up and held her close like you still had that mask on, and you didn't even bat an eye. She really needed that. That's what I mean when I said you saved her. Just like you did with the rest of us.
I just want for Shion what we all have. The ability to touch someone without the fear of killing them. Those thorns have robbed her of the kind of everyday things we all take for granted. And it's not right.
You can say that again. It may be normal for us, but that doesn't make it any less special or important for her. I hope she gets what she wants. I have my own dreams, but a world without her, where she dies so we can all survive, isn't a world I want to live in.
Agreed. It's like more and more keeps getting taken from her, and I'm done with it. Can't sleep?
After everything we just heard? How could I?
Fair enough.
Shion's had to deal with so much on her own. Even when we were all laughing and celebrating, she just kept quiet and didn't say anything. I thought she was keeping her distance because of her thorns. That it was because she didn't want to hurt anybody by getting too close. I just figured that that was the type of person she was, you know? But it turned out to be none of that. All this time, she felt like she had to die and sacrifice herself for the greater good. But even then, she didn't think she could say anything to us about it.
I know.
She was so alone this entire time. How could I call her a friend and yet be so completely blind to everything she was going through?
I'm sure it made her happy, knowing you were there for her.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do. If she didn't think of us as friends, I don't think she could have ever opened up to us like that. You were a good friend to her before, and you'll be an even better one now.
Yeah, I really hope so. I want to be the best I can for her. When you think about it, we were all alone in our own way. But over time, we've all found ways to let each other into our lives. I hope Shionne's able to do that one day too. No, I mean, I hope she's able to do that more. Lots and lots more. I think it'd be really nice if we could all just be there to support each other when it really counts. And forget about our grudges and pain.
Rinwell.
Did you know?
You mean about Shionne?
Yeah, I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, every once in a while I thought something seemed a little off, but I never could have imagined. It's like a completely different world was spinning around me and I couldn't even see it.
You and me both. I mean, I knew something was bothering her, but I could never quite figure out what it was.
You? But you're the one always looking out for her, aren't you?
That's what I thought. But in reality, I didn't understand it all. What I thought was helping and being there for her was actually just driving her into a corner.
At least you figured it out in time, though, right?
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. But yeah, you're right. We brought her back from the edge, and we're going to stop those thorns from taking her. No matter what.
Yeah, with all of us together, there's nothing we can't handle. Shionne, the world, we can save everyone. And I mean it when I say we, Alphen.
I know. No lone wolfing it.
Hey, you're the expert on what my dad would say. Do you think he'd pat me on the back or tell me off?
Zephyr, I don't think that he'd have that much to say, to be honest. You're your own man now, Law. And you've already made up your own mind about what you want.
I guess he couldn't say anything even if he wanted to.
Law.
Sorry. I guess those of us amongst the living have enough problems to deal with, don't we? We'll need all our strength to save Shionne. I'll probably end up worrying again at some point, but I guess I'll think it over more then. That okay?
Yeah, I think it is. Hey, you doing all right?
I seem to cause nothing but worry. As much as I try to look like I have things under control, everyone still worries about me.
You're not the only one.
Hey, do you remember the first time you said I was your friend?
No? When was that? Sorry, I can't remember.
That's okay. It came so naturally to you, I'm not surprised you forgot. I was different back then. The Dahnans were not even people to me, and I knew I would always be alone. But in that room with Deadheim, when you called me your friend, it just shattered the wall that I'd built up around me. Because until that moment, I'd only seen you as a means to an end. I thought of you as a way to use the Blazing Sword, and to obtain the Renis Alma. But after that day, one time became two, and before I knew it, you'd made a habit of calling me and Dohalim your friends. It didn't matter that we were Renans. You cared about us as you would any other people. Then, everyone else started to call me their friend too. To think of me as their friend. Before then, I never even dreamed I could have that. I didn't want to die and lose you all. But I also didn't want to live if it meant you would all die in my place.
Shionne.
But then I realized I'd only really been thinking of myself that entire time. After saying how I felt, and hearing what you all had to say, I finally understood that. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm not planning on dying anymore. I've met too many people along the way who I truly care about to give in now. So I'll fight. For Dana and for myself. I'll fight against my fate to preserve our future. And I'll win, come hell or high water. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I won't let the world end because of me.
It's going to be a long, hard road ahead, Shionne. Our fight won't be over until everyone, both Dahnans and Renans, can finally live in peace. But I swear I'll be there with you until the very end.
Thank you.
Remember what we learned back in Calaglia? There's no wall so high that we can't break it down.
Yeah, I think you may be right about that.
Everyone well rested? Then let's go. We depart for Lenegis.